is Reese Carl. She has chosen Miss Panzica, and she would like to say, I would like to thank Miss Panzica for the amount of effort she puts into making learning fun and understandable. Miss Panzica is one of the most hardworking teachers I've ever met, which is truly inspiring. Her positive attitude and warm personality made her classroom a safe space. Thank you for being such an extraordinary teacher. Chose Miss Gregonis. Audrey would like to say Miss Gregonis is the coolest teacher of all time. I picked Miss Gregonis because she is always in the best mood and she's always positive. She makes me actually want to do my homework and participate in class. Thank you for being an amazing leader, even at 8 in the morning. Chloe would like to say Miss Gregonis is my favorite teacher of all time. She enjoys seeing her students and genuinely cares about them. I have always hated Spanish class, but she made it my favorite class to go to. I love her and love when I get to see her in the hallways. Carson Caldwell has chosen Coach Welton. I chose Coach Welton because he is one of my favorite teachers that I have had. He cares about every student that comes through his gym classes and made running laps around the track more bearable. He is a smiling face to say hi to in the hallways, and always wants to know how you are doing. So thank you, Coach Welton, for making the high school a better place and for all that you do for the students. Kaylee Cahill chose Mr. Erickson. And she would like to say, I chose Mr. Erickson because he is super funny and one of the best teachers I've had while at Saline High School. Whether it is his jokes or throwing paper clips at students who aren't paying attention, Mr. Erickson makes me laugh every day. Not only that, but he is an amazing teacher who truly cares about his students and their success. Thank you, Mr. Erickson, for all your continuous dedication and support. Megan Parada chose Mr. Foster, and she would like to say, Mr. Foster has the ability to teach an abstract subject such as computer science and make it make total sense. I look forward to going to his class every day because he has such a positive attitude, not to mention that he is the funniest teacher I've ever had. He also makes an effort to get to know all of his students on a personal level. I want to thank Mr. Foster for constantly pushing his students to be the best they can be in whatever they pursue. Audrey Weddock chose Mr. Kazee, and she would like to say, I chose to honor Mr. Kazee because I have had a great time in economics this year. Even though economics isn't always the most interesting class, Mr. Kazee finds a way to make it interesting. I feel super prepared for the AP finals, or AP exams this year thanks to Mr. Kazee. So thank you, Mr. Kazee, for being a great teacher. Maddie Sonnaday chose Miss Denson. And she would like to say, I would like to thank Mrs. Denson for her engaging classes and mentorship in the Key Club. She has truly taught me what a global citizen is and has inspired me to give back to my community through community service. I will miss her class, but am forever grateful for the time I've had as her student. Lauren Rubin chose Mrs. Hotop, and she would like to say, I chose Mrs. Hotop because she is such a kind and engaged teacher. She genuinely cares about all her students and wants the best for them. I've had Mrs. Hotop as a teacher since I was a freshman, and she always has a smile on her face and truly enjoys what she does. Libby Hansen chose Mr. Pike, and she would like to say, Mr. Pike has been with me since the beginning, starting as a small freshman in Hornet Time. He has been a very influential teacher throughout my entire high school career. One thing that I really appreciate about Mr. Pike is how personable he is. He would always make it a point to ask me how I was doing and try to start a conversation. I've never had a teacher that I feel cared more about their students. Thanks for being an awesome teacher, Mr. Pike. Emma Bowen chose Mr. Elliott, and she would like to say Mr. Elliott was the staff member leading my Link Crew group this past year, as well as my 9th grade English teacher. He puts forth the effort to get to know all of his students, is approachable for any questions or concerns, and always tries to make his lessons engaging, even when reading Romeo and Juliet. Oh, and she would like to say Chef Danielle has been my hospitality culinary arts teacher for the past 2 years. Even though this year has been crazy, I can always count on seeing her cheerful self every day. She has taught me so much over the years that I will carry with me to college. I am really excited to be able to work with her one more time this summer at the baking camp. Paige Martin chose Ms. Clark, and she would like to say, I wanted to thank Ms. Clark for being one of the most amazing teachers I've ever had. Her caring personality made it very easy to feel comfortable in her class. She not only cares about the work I do, but also me as a person. Thank you for being an incredible teacher for me to rely on. Reggie Durst chose Miss Wright, and she would like to say, I chose to honor Miss Wright because of her positivity and commitment to her students. I enjoyed every part of her class, from first day introductions to lunchtime review sessions to everyday learning. Miss Wright radiates kindness and makes an effort to connect with students beyond the curriculum. She even stopped to catch up when we ran into each other this summer on a dog walk and bike ride. Thank you, Miss Wright, for your support and empowerment in math and in life. Lara Cope chose Mr. Hill, and she would like to say, I wanted to thank Mr. Hill for everything he has done for me. His amazing attitude and approach to his class have always been an inspiration to me. Even when school was a drag, he was somehow able to make his class the highlight of my day. I know everything he has done for me has helped steer me in the right direction and will help me through the rest of my life. Thank you so much for everything, Mr. Hill. Jessie Rain chose Mr. Raft, and she would like to say, I chose Mr. Raft because ever since the first day of high school, he has made me feel welcomed and comfortable. He's such a fun person to have as principal, and you can see that he genuinely cares about his students. From talking in the halls to running into each other on jet skis in Tennessee, Mr. Raft always manages to make me smile. Thank you, Mr. Raft. Abby Gray chose Mrs. Grosham, and she would like to say, I chose Chelsea because she has been a great mentor and supporter of me since I was very young. She has always been a person I can look up to and go to when I need advice or help. She is an amazing woman that I look up to and aspire to be like when I'm older. I just want to thank her for always being there for me no matter what. Emily Hornberger chose Mrs. Dodge, and she would like to say, I want to thank Mrs. Dodge for being such a kind and caring teacher at the high school. She has always wanted to spend extra time to help. I enjoy learning in her class, and she has taught me so much this year. Thank you for everything you do. You're making a positive impact on your students. Maya Abdallah chose Mrs. Stemmer. And she would like to say, I chose to honor Mrs. Stemmer for her positive energy and enthusiasm when she teaches. I enjoy learning about business operations, professional selling, marketing, information management, and much more. I also had fun working at the Edge. Mrs. Stemmer is passionate about her students learning, and goes to great lengths to help them succeed. She got me interested in business, and she is the reason I applied to Ross and will be studying business there next year. Thank you, Mrs. Stemmer. You are amazing. Peyton Maloney chose Miss Sparks, and she would like to say, Miss Sparks is a great teacher. She is excellent at teaching and works to help us learn. She cares about her students and wants to make sure they do their best. She has helped me find the best study tactics and has pushed me to do better. Thank you for being a great teacher. Verena Crawford chose Mrs. Camarada, and she would like to say, I chose Mrs. Camarada because I have had her for 2 years now and have loved every minute in her classroom. She is a fun, amazing teacher, but also is the person I can go to at school when I need someone to talk to. I like that I can go into her classroom whenever and just relax. Thank you, Mrs. Camarada, for being such an understanding teacher. I will miss you next year. Let's give a big round of applause for all of our staff members and what they do every day.